What's up, YouTube and Daily Fantasy Players? Today is March 4th, and we have 13 games on the NBA docket for today. Before I get into my lineup for today's games, I want to first show you how I did last night. I came close to cashing. It was a 50-50. We're the top 250 in a 558-person tournament cash. I was in the 53rd percentile, where 44% cash. It was close. I had 274 points, so if I broke the 280 mark, I would have cashed. So it's an unfortunate sequence of events here, but it happens. I had a couple guys who I just missed on. The first couple guys that come to mind are Hardaway Jr. 20% of the market on him. He only scored 9.2 points. The next got absolutely blown out by the Kings, which is surprising because they were coming off of a couple of good games, and the Kings were riding a losing streak, traveling across country. Surprising. This league always tends to surprise people all the time, so you never know. Any given night, anything could happen. That's why it's so hard to pick these games and picking players each night. Guys like Brewer, with Harden out, a lot of the market were on him, but he didn't come to perform. You knew if he didn't play well, it wouldn't kill you. I'm sure a lot of people who played Brewer in this tournament still cashed, but it was just unfortunate that I put him in my lineup as well. You know, guys like Mo Williams and John Wall played really well. Mo Williams was owned by 92%. It's pretty amazing what Mo Williams is doing in Charlotte. I don't think a lot of people expected this from him. He's the point guard. He's the guy who facilitates their entire team. So Mo Williams, he's an older player, so I don't know how long he could keep this up for. But if he keeps performing like this, he's gonna be a $7,000 player on Fanduel. So it was It was an okay night as far as point wise, but it's just unfortunate that I wasn't able to cash, and I had to sign up in a couple of double ups, so wasn't able to cash. So I want to get into my lineups for this 13 game slate that we got tonight. A lot of interesting plays, a lot of different ways people can go about it. These are my lineups for tonight. There are a couple guys who I'm strongly confident in for tonight. One guy is LaMarcus Aldridge. He plays against the Clippers tonight. It seems as every time he plays against the Clippers, he always goes off really strong performances. If you look the last time these two teams played, it was on the 14th of January. Aldridge just had just killed them. This was when Griffin was in the lineup too as well. So if you look at Aldridge's stat line here, he had 12 total rebounds and he went for 37 points. I actually had him that night on FanDuel. It was a really good night. So I'm not sure if I'm expecting a that great of a performance tonight, but he's a pretty solid play against a Clippers team who are having trouble guarding the big guys with Spencer Hawes in there at power forward. Other guys who I like for tonight are at my point guard positions. I have Ty Lawson. If you look at last night, everyone knows the news that Brian Shaw got fired. He played really well. The whole team did as they won their first game in weeks. He played against Milwaukee, and Carter Williams is a really good defender. He got really good minutes, 16 points and 10 assists. He plays in a game against Minnesota, which I love tonight. That's my matchup for the night. If you see, I got a lot of guys from that game. I have Lawson, Gary Neal, and Gallinari. Gallinari also played extremely well last night. He got 37 minutes, which is extremely, extremely promising for future matchups. 26 points, 7 boards. He's a really good player. He gets paid a lot of money. I think he's going to get good amount of time again tonight against Minnesota, who Wiggins is probably going to guard him. If Martin plays, maybe a little bit of Martin. But I really like both the combination of Lawson and Gallinari tonight. And if Kevin Martin doesn't play for Minnesota, you have to play Gary Neal at the $3,900 price range. 36 points in his last game of 41 minutes against the Clippers. I really like Gary Neal if Kevin Martin doesn't play. So looking at that. Another guy who I like tonight is Michael Kidd-Gilchrist against Brooklyn. They're coming off a back-to-back against the Lakers. It was in Charlotte last night. If you look how Michael Kidd-Gilchrist performs in back-to-backs, he plays pretty well. He's one of the youngest guys on the team at age 21. So anytime you're a young guy, you can play well after the back-to-backs. Like older guys, someone like Dirk Nowitzki comes to mind. He doesn't play at all. Doesn't play good at all in back-to-back games. So he averages 12 points when he goes on back-to-backs. I really like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist tonight. He plays against the Nets, who have trouble guarding the wing positions. So look into Kidd-Gilchrist tonight. His salary isn't a killer at $6,000. So Kidd-Gilchrist should be a good play tonight against the Nets. Another guy who's been playing really well as of recently is Derek Favors. He goes up against a Boston team tonight that are also coming off of back-to-back games. He's at about 40 points in his last 2 games. And Boston's really have major depth issues up front. I've been saying this for a while now. Brandon Bass, Kelly Olynyk, he may come back tonight, but if he's not, I don't think that really affects Favors' value at all. If you look here, these two teams played before this season, and Favors had a pretty good game. He shoots well against the guys who are going to be guarding him. So Favors, he's shooting 55% against Bass, who's the guy who's going to be guarding him tonight for the most part. 5 of 9 shooting. Other guys, I found this extremely impressive. If you look at Rudy Gobert, I don't have him in my lineup for tonight because I like Vucevic a lot, but he's shooting 100% against every guy who's guarding him. Jerebko, Isaiah Thomas, Gerald Wallace, Evan Turner, Jay Crowder, and Tyler Zeller. He has a perfect, he's shooting a perfect percentage, which is pretty impressive. That could be an anomaly there. He had a really good game, shooting really close shots. He's a center. I mean, he's not like he's a shooting guard or anything. But that's pretty impressive in the NBA to shoot 100% against, 7 different guys. So, pretty impressive there. So, I touched on how I liked Vucevic. He's going against a Phoenix team who shoot a lot of shots. Vucevic, he played them before. He actually had 18 points, I believe it was, in that game. He should be getting a lot of rebounds tonight. I was looking at this. I was wondering, does anyone else from the Magic get a lot of rebounds? It's not even close. So if you look here, this is, where's the rebounding? Oh, the rebounding's right here in this column right here. He averages 5 more rebounds than any other guy. Hey, what's up? So yeah, it's not even close with the rebounding. So I really like Vucevic tonight. He should be getting a lot of rebounds. He can put up points with ease. Really like Vucevic tonight. I do have confidence in tonight's lineup. I'm probably going to play some 50-50s. Follow me on Twitter. I will put out my lineups tonight, I promise, beforehand. So good luck to you guys tonight in this 13-game slate. Should be a lot of different options, a lot of good plays tonight. May the point values be in your favor, and good luck.